What was the award you guys won?
It was the Mix Magazine product of the show. Hang on, let me look. What does it say on the thing up there?
NAB.
Best of Show 2023 Best of Show 2023 Mix Magazine winner. Yeah.
We'd like to congratulate Sound Devices on winning Best of Show 2023 Mix winner. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Paul Isaacs, Director of Product Design at SoundDevices, and I'm going to give you a quick overview of our MIXPRE Series portable battery-powered recorder mixers. So, the MIXPRE Series is it's a range of 3 different models. We have a MIXPRE III, which is the baby of the family, a MIXPRE VI, which is the middle of the family, and a MIXPRE X. And they basically go from small to medium to large, but they're actually all very small and slim, even the large one. They're primarily differentiated by the number of inputs and outputs, but otherwise they share the same feature set. The thing that is common to all of them, which makes these an audio recordist's dream, is the quality of the mic preamps. The mic preamps are so quiet and have so much gain. We use multi-stage ADCs and really quiet mic preamps to give us a dynamic range of over 140 dBs, which is very, very good. And to make that possible, we had to develop a multi-stage ADC input. So audio quality-wise, astounding. The mic preamps have all the tools that you'd expect from a SoundDevices mic preamp. So they have phantom power, they have high-pass filters, analog limiters and digital limiters. All of these features which make them really, really cool. On the output side, the 10 has balanced outputs. The 6 and the 10 have stereo unbalanced outputs. They can all be powered from battery, and we have a range of different powering options for the MIXPRE. So we have like these battery caddies here. We have the small caddy which takes 4 AA rechargeables or lithium primaries. We have a large caddy which takes 8, which gives double the power. And you should probably get around 4 to 5 hours out of that one. And then you've got this accessory here which takes 2 L-mount Sony batteries, one on either side, and that gives you a huge amount of power. You can also power the MIXPRE III and the 6 via USB power banks because they have a USB-C port which you can plug those into. Now, these are all recorder mixers, so they have built-in mixing and recording capability. So the MIXPRE III is a 3 mic preamp input, a 3 XLR input, but it can record 5 tracks. So that's 3 ISOs plus 2 for your mix. The MIXPRE VI can record 6 ISOs plus a stereo mix, so 8 tracks. And then we've got the MIXPRE X, which is 10 ISOs and a mix, so 12 tracks. Not only are they recorders and mixers, but they also act as USB audio interfaces, which are compatible with Mac, Windows, and even iOS devices and Android devices. Now, in terms of recording quality, they all record up to 192 kilohertz sampling and up to 32-bit float. We do the standard 24-bit recording, but if you want to record files with a massive dynamic range where you don't have to worry about clipping. In other words, if there's a situation where the source level, the sound that you're capturing, the level is unpredictable, maybe a jet flying over, or it's raining and then you suddenly get a loud thunderclap, 32-bit float recorded WAV files can capture that wide dynamic range. And even if you exceed that 0 dBFS, which would normally be an absolute no-no, you'd end up with serious clipping in your file that you couldn't do anything about. With 32-bit float, you can capture that signal, and then in your DAW at a later stage, you can bring down the gain and have fully non-distorted audio. So the MIXPRE series are also supplemented and enhanced by a whole range of plugins which you can purchase and download from our Sound Devices website. And there's firstly a plugin called NoiseAssist, which allows you to, in real time, with very low latency, suppress background noise like air conditioning noise, very reverberant spaces, anything like that. So if you are doing an interview in like an environment like exactly like this, a trade show floor, you can adjust that ambient background noise down by up to 20 dB. We recommend you sort of apply as little as you can for the desired effect, because obviously if you go to an absolute extreme of 20 dBs attenuation or suppression of background noise, you might start to hear artifacts. But NoiseAssist is one plugin, a very powerful tool, and has proven to be hugely popular with these types of environments. Another plugin we have is called MixAssist, which is an auto mixer. So if you're in a conference type of environment where you have several contributors, all with their own mics, the built-in auto mixing can help to automatically open and close microphones that are not being spoken into, and it works very effectively. There's also an Ambisonics plugin, so if you want to work with Ambisonics type mics for capturing surround sound, we have a plugin which allows you to decode that signal and record it, decode it or undecoded or both, and monitor in real time in binaural or stereo. And then finally we have another program, so if you happen to be a musician as well, we have a musicians plugin which is essentially like a DAW that allows you to do overdubs, drop-ins, punch-ins, punch-outs. It's got effects like reverb built in there. So you can actually use that tool as a really high-quality scratch pad for gathering ideas and overdubbing and creating songs. One final thing I want to talk about with the MIXPRE range is you can control them not only from their front panel interface, but also from various controllers. They all have built-in Bluetooth, so there's an app that can be used to control them. This is the Wingman app. So you can go to record, stop record, look at your metering levels, look at your files that you've been recorded. And then we also have a whole range of third-party controllers which you can plug into the USB-A port for controlling the interface. So yeah, if you prefer to use linear faders, you can use a controller like this from Novation. Korg also have a controller, as well as Akai. So yeah, go to our website to find out more information about the controllers you can use. And they all, like I said, they get powered and the control data is via this USB-A port. The USB-A port does one other thing, and that allows you to plug in a USB thumb drive, which will automatically make backups of your recordings in real time. The primary recording media in all of these is an SD card, and that slots in at the back of the MIXPRE. But this USB thumb drive can act as a backup to that as well. What else can I tell you? One last thing I want to say, because there's so much in these jack-of-all-trade recorders, but master of all trade recorders, should I say, is they also have timecode capability. So if you're doing sound for picture, whether it's a YouTube or you're working with DSLRs, you're a one-man band doing interviews, these are great tools for that. The MIXPRE 10 has a generator and a reader. The MIXPRE 6 and the 3, you can, and the timecode is on BNC here. The timecode here is from the 3.5mm output here. We've got a dedicated timecode menu for handling this, and they can be used to generate or read. So they're all generators and readers. They can all be jammed as well. If you're working with DSLRs, you can use a record trigger function to automatically get the flag, the HDMI flag, from the DSLR to automatically trigger your recordings on your MIXPRE. Oh yeah, very powerful tool. What else can we talk about? Oh yeah, there's one other plugin which I shouldn't forget, and this is launched last year. It's the Reporters plugin. If you're a journalist or reporter who's doing a lot of interviews out there and just want a very simple recorder which you can't fail to operate, download the Reporters plugin. That basically really simplifies the interface to simply stereo recording and all you have to worry about is record, play, and stop, and your level control. And we've basically stripped out all the complicated, not complicated, but sort of deep features that you don't need. It just makes your job a whole bunch easier. So I think that's a pretty good overview of the MIXPRE series. And if you want to know more, then obviously go to our website or come and visit us at the trade show here if you happen to be here. I am going to now, or very shortly, move over to our 8 series range of mixer recorders and also talk about our wireless in conjunction with that, because we have a whole range of wireless technology too. So join me for that shortly. And, a lot of this content from Walter Van Dusen is available online, so you should really be checking out all these great videos. Thanks a lot.